So as much as the Gators do not look the part right now, because they don't, let's face it, they didn't have anything in terms of what fans were not forecasting, hoping for coming through this offseason. A better offensive line, a better run game, Graham Mertz fully healthy, ball's going down the field. Trey Wilson's going to make play after play after play. Take a look at all the other guys they got on the defense coming back. Remember, all this was being talked about.
Well, it all happened
heading
last week.
into that game against Miami.
It all happened last week.
Yeah.
I mean, against Bulls, but it happened.
Yeah.
Not against.
All I know is
Bowles is better than that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Bulls against Sanford a game? Was that
Absolutely, yes.
Bulls would give Sanford a game?
Yes, they will, absolutely.
So all I know is that everything that you had in your mind, in your football brain, leading up to that season opener against Miami, you thought you would see a better product.
Yeah, that's the problem right now with Billy Napier. He oversold it. Mm-hmm. And, when he said that 2 weeks ago, we talked about this. When he said, we've been preparing this for 8 months all off season. And you guys laughed at me when I said, why did he say that? Because if they go out there and lay an egg, which they did, that's all anybody's going to think about. You guys prepared 8 months for this? Like, we went through this exercise a year ago when I kept saying the worst part about that Utah loss, it wasn't like the double numbers and all that other garbage. It was they prepared 8 months. They knew they were playing Utah for 8 months.
Yeah.
They knew that after a 6-7 season, when they didn't score a touchdown against Oregon State in the bowl game, they knew they were coming out against Oregon. It was a statement game. This is how much we've grown. This is who we are. And it was dog food.
Yeah, well,
now guess what? They did it again.
3 off seasons with Billy as your head coach preparing for a season opener. What was the final score against Miami, Leon?
41-17.
Yeah, 41-17. Everybody can do.
I love dogs. I mean, like dog food, like old Roy dog food. Like that old,
like
old
the
stuff.
Alpo.
Yeah,
Alpo.
that old stuff, man.
The Alpo.
But there's some good dog food out there. But
think about this. 3 off seasons with Billy building up for the opener. First one, they won by 3. Second one, they lost by 13. Last one, they lost 42-17. Or 41-17. So
the problem is the last one was, that's the game setter for it's all unraveling.
Yes,
it's all unraveling, and by the end of September, by the end of October, let's say they lose 30-3 tomorrow.
Yeah, but like I said,
what do you think is going to happen then if they lose 30-3?
If you win by 3, lose by 13, then lose by 24, it's going in the wrong direction. Anyone wondering which way that rope is being pulled? Wrong direction.
Well, how does he rectify it? Because he clearly oversold the defense and the offensive line in that Miami game. Because I'm watching the game.
They said
Miami, overpowered them on both sides of the ball.
They gained 500 pounds of lean
I
muscle.
I heard that.
In the offseason.
I know. They must have
500 pounds.
They must have left it in the locker room. Because we smothered them on both sides of the ball.
All right, let's just play this game real quick, Matt, because I'm looking at the numbers. Texas A&M did not showcase a whole hell of a lot offensively against Notre Dame. Low-scoring game. Connor Wigman did not perform the way that they were hoping. Right. They just really didn't get a whole lot going. Then how did they get well? Well, they welcomed McNeese State into town.
Very similar, yeah.
Just like Florida welcomed Sanford into town. They churn out a bunch of yards. They win 52-10. They stack up all these stats. We still don't know what A&M is, especially since they have lost 10 true straight road games on the road. They're a 4.5 point pick right now. How are they going to win, or how is Florida going to come up with a win?
If I'm A&M, I go in that game and I'm very smart about how I do things offensively.
Yeah.
I'm not putting Wigman in position to have a turnover, turn the momentum, give them a short field. I'm forcing Florida to do everything to drive the field to score points, because even if it is DJ Lagway, and I think it should be DJ Lagway, you still have a chance of him making a mistake because he's a young dude. Elko's going to throw defenses at him that he's never seen before. So if I'm Texas A&M, I'm playing very conservatively. I'm saying, all right, let's just play really good defense. Let's force them to drive the field, and let's see if he can not make a mistake over 60, 70, 80 yards that they got to go. And then we'll find a way to score points. We'll manufacture points, and we'll get out of there.
The other half of it, Florida, how do they be successful, Leon? Because honestly, they did not have enough big play capability or big play plans against Miami. They got to get that ball down the field.
Yeah, Miami played bully ball with them on both sides of the ball. Offensively, Miami had the pass protection. Cam Ward was out there. He was, like he was strolling through the park half the time when he was running. It was effortlessly. And then when he had the time, he was making the throws down the field. They ran the ball effectively. And on the defensive side of the ball, outside of that, that big run to the what was it, 80-yard run?
Run to the perimeter.
Yeah, run to the perimeter.
71, I think.
They held him in check. It was 71 yards. I mean, so Florida's got to find a way to be creative because if I'm Texas A&M, I'm going to come and try to beat you up physically.
Yeah.
And I'm going to try to get my quarterback protection and then see what happens.
Right. See, they've tried creativity and all that misdirection, and it doesn't work.
Yeah.
Okay? So this is what they need to do. Max protect and get Lagway in the shotgun and let him find somebody.
Mm-hmm.
Let him find somebody. Don't try and protect with 5 because it's not going to work. It's not. So max protect and let your receivers win on the outside, and then let Lagway do something with the ball.
Yeah.
If not, you're going to be in the same misdirection. Let's try a jet sweep. And Lance Guidry, the DC at Miami, who said, 2 days after the game that when they were preparing for Florida, that the same 10 plays kept coming up.
It wasn't even
the
10.
Same 10 plays.
I'm talking to Brother Sealy. It was a half dozen, man.
And he said, and then Lance Guidry said, son of a gun, if 4 of the 6 plays weren't on the first series. The first series.
Yeah, honestly, if you want an indictment of what has gone wrong in Gainesville by just the sheer decision to hire that guy to come in and resurrect your program, look no further than that breakdown of what it took to beat that team 41-17. Because the team they prepared for was running a half dozen plays over and over and over. Now, Pittsburgh used to run a half dozen plays in the NFL over and over and over, but they were successful, right?
Yeah, they were Jerome Bettis.
Yeah.
Left Jerome Bettis right.
Exactly. It didn't really matter who was back there.
At that point, it didn't matter.
And you had your offensive line was rock solid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so this team, if you find out after a year or an off season where he says they've been prepared the entire time and they run a half dozen of their bucket plays over and over and over, and the defense has no problem handling them, that's
here's the thing too is sorry, Source.
No, you good.
He tried to hire an offensive coordinator in the offseason. He couldn't get anybody to take the bait. He tried to hire Charlie Weiss Jr. from Ole Miss. They didn't want to go. So it's not like he didn't try to hire someone. It's at that point, it was just, all right, well, we're going to stick with what we do, and we're going to try and refine it to where everything we do is so good and so to the step and so to the throw that if we do it better than somebody, it doesn't matter what they do to us. But they're not at that point talent-wise to be doing that.
No, I was just thinking that. I mean, listen, when you have your top 10 plays, if you got an offensive line that gets it done, that move furniture, then it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter, right?
It doesn't matter. That we can run the same 5-10 plays because you can't stop us up front. But Florida is not equipped like that. They don't have those kind of horses where you can say, hey, we got 5 to 10 plays, we're going to run against you, and you try to stop. That was something like Michigan did last year. When Michigan went in the second half against Penn State and say, you know what, we're not going to run the ball.
Right.
We're just going to let the offensive line dominate. That's when you know you got some horses.
Hey, it's Matt Hayes. Thanks so much for watching the 1010XL Gators channel. For more college football coverage, check out the Knowles channel.